felt, what I've known, never shine, doing what I've shown, never be, never see, won't see what might have been, what I felt, what I've known, never shine, doing what I've shown, never free, never be,
What is up, everybody? Render79 here. We're back with some X-Plane 11, flying the CRJ-200 out of Atlanta, heading off to Miami. We have, of course, of always, ORTHO4XP throughout the entire region, using Vario with the 4K cloud set on the X-Plane org site. And just real quick, this airport is a payware airport. Got it for like $15 on sale. The X-Plane store. Only issue I've seen is runway 28 and 10, smaller runway. There's a highway and some trees on it, and it's an X-Plane issue, not an issue with the scenery. But Atlanta, of course, as you know, is the hub for Delta Airlines, and I believe in 2012 or later it was ranked as the #1 busiest airport in the world. So pretty crazy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started up and get ready to roll. It's going to be a interesting flight. We're going to be taking off probably around 5:45 p.m. local. So we'll see if we get any night weather going. Turn our new battery on. We're also going to turn up floods screens here. Go. Alright, let's get our APU rocking here and line our nav. Yaw dampers on. Let's go ahead and turn off our autopilot. Sorry, homie. Alright. Flight plan isn't too crazy tonight, but we'll get started. We're at KATL. Copy that. We're in position, flight plan, and we're flying to Miami. We'll be heading on the east coast of Florida. Getting off from runway 09 left. Execute. Let's go ahead and departure. It's going to be the Wiggle 2. Sometimes you gotta go back and forth to get the different menus, like transition. Taking the MCN, runway 9 left, check, flight plan. And taking from MCN, the Julie 45 airway. And getting off at Oscar Mike November. Okay, and arrival is going to be Ali 6 with a OMN transition, runway 9, execute, flight plan, and I think we have a 1 disco. I'm going to take that out real quick. Execute. Alright, we'll have to check out when we get close to Ruby and get our vectors to final. Okay, I think we're good there. Alright, get this beast started up. Let's go ahead and make sure APU's on. Nav and beacon. Let's start engine 2. Wait till it gets around 20. Give her some gas. And we're at 41,500 pounds total weight. And our weight, our fuel, 7790. Okay, remember that.
How long as I go over to the port and take the information. There are
Our altimeter right now is 3028 and our temperature is 18 Celsius. Okay. Floor stable. Engine 2. Cycle engine 1.
Pull the mask firmly towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and secure the elastic strap. Although the bag will not inflate, oxygen is flowing. Please secure your own mask before assisting others. Your seatbelt should be worn low and tight.
A little late on the fuel there. I was kind of looking at the light shadowing. My bad. Alright.
Your seat cushion can be used as a flotation device. To use, pull the cushion from the seat, place your arms to the straps and grab your wrists. Smoking is prohibited in the cabin and lavatories at all times. Federal law requires passenger compliance with lighted no smoking and seatbelt signs, all placards and crew member instructions, including the use of seatbelts, and prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying any smoke detector in an airplane lavatory. Your tray tables and seat backs should be in their upright positions, all carrying items stowed completely underneath
And hydros.
or in an overhead bin. If you need any assistance throughout this flight, you can press your
Alright,
button
let's
and
get our
call
V-speed set.
in that panel above your head. I appreciate your attention and invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy our flight.
168 for
I'll
BFTO.
now demonstrate to you the oxygen mask and seatbelt operation.
My little handy dandy flight book out here. And 127 for our V1. And VR 130. And V2 is 141. We're in public beta 17, so I've had one issue with the altitude not holding, but we'll see if that's a operator error, what have you. So, okay, that's set. Let's go ahead and look at our flight plan real quick. Get this set. Sorry about that. Whoa. Okay, looks good to me. Okay. Nav source FMS. Flaps down 1. Okay. Go 555. That's good. Okay. Alright, I think we're good here. Let's go ahead and get our ignition lights on. And call for pushback. We're heading off to 9 left, so we need to take Lima. Let's go ahead and do that right now.
Okay, a push cart is on it.
This beautiful airport real quick. Hopefully we hit some night lighting so we can see if there's any issues have been fixed. Like I said, you can notice over here on 10 and runway 28, that highway there, but we gotta fix that. Pretty airport though. I've flown in and out of Atlanta many times, like many of you probably have, and usually it's just you're running, get your next flight because it's like 20 minutes until and they're already boarding, so it's crazy. So
Clear.
Alright, so I'm going to half fly most of the departure up until we hit our turn. So, having some issues, like I said, with speeds holding. And that could just be me, but it's been a little bit iffy, so. And we're going to put our pitch at 7.2. Okay. Alright, let's taxi. One thing I do hope in the new version, the fonts fix a little bit. The font looks in 4K, it looks pretty wonky. It's okay, but also they can make the pop outs compatible for 4K flying, because right now they're just as small as the cockpit ones. So pretty airport though. So right now my other computer, I have 3 computers. I have one that's more for rendering in ortho, one for streaming, and one for gaming. And right now, the one is actively making ortho for us, so I'm doing about 18 to 20 tiles at a time. And I'm thinking I could probably have the US done by Wednesday. I don't have it running 24/7, but we're getting close. We got a lot done. I've tested Florida, a stream a couple of days ago or last week, and went all throughout the Florida tiles. The ortho would look good. No, I'm really looking for it if there's any errors. So we're good. Alright, so we're gonna go to 9 left, take off, head over to beautiful Florida. Hopefully no errors in ortho. Alright, hold short. Let's go ahead and landing lights on. Seatbelts, make sure everyone's good to go. Strobes on. Final check.
Cabin crew seats for departure.
Alright, we get our runway heading. Get out there. Look clear. Let's go ahead and get ready to take off. Beautiful clouds, man, it's gorgeous. So guys, we've hit 3,000 subscribers, which I'm stoked about on YouTube. Never thought that would happen. So I'm glad. I appreciate all the support, and it's been a great journey. I've had my channel for a long time, different kind of content. Been uploading a lot sometimes, not a lot other times, from moving and just real life. But I appreciate you guys who supported me throughout the years, and I want to do probably a DCS video this weekend to kind of like my special. That's where I kind of started out big time on YouTube, was those videos and milsim videos. But we'll get that. We're gonna do mission 14 of Operation Piercing Fury, and that's my DLC, and we're gonna do that in 4K for you guys. So all right, back to explain business here. Good to go there, and we're ready for takeoff. Let's go ahead and get going. Really wants to go to the right here. I don't know why. Alright, rotate. bit choppy. Gear up. And we'll do flaps. Tell you what, she is not handling good at all. Whew. Come on, Betsy. A little bit of a crosswind, maybe that's why. Gorgeous, though. Off course, but we're okay. Alright, we're gonna do autopilot from here. And that's what I was talking about. Look at what it's doing to me. The autopilot just took engaged again. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's really irritating. Did that to me before, so I hand fly this turn here. And we'll stay about level out here. Let's see if we can, it'll give us credit for this waypoint here. It is. Okay, we'll see if the climb will work here. It is. Okay, so weird. And let's go FMS. Performance data, let's go ahead and go climb. So far, so good. Oh, we didn't set our flight timer. Man, that sucks. Come on, John. lot of clouds over here. Give it a little more power here. Gotta kind of manage your throttles really gingerly in this beast. Looks like we're on flight plan. Go ahead and turn off the landing lights. And at 18 we could hit our 2992. We'll do that now. And let's take a look outside. A lot of cloud cover over here by Atlanta. Alright, I'm interested to see if it'll hold the altitude when we get to our top of climb here. Alright, now we got a tailwind. Wow. You see how the weather changed? The X Enviro, and it went from like 4 degrees pitch to 6. That's nuts. Alright, that's a little more like it. The sounds on this aircraft are just gorgeous. I love them. I'm trying to keep my volume and the aircraft volume neutral so you can hear the beautiful sounds. Some of my videos you can barely hear the engines, and I want to give the BSS sound pack guys some credit there. I'm keeping this keeping our climb right here at 85.4 thrust to see if how that works. Looking gorgeous as always. X-Plane always looks really good in my opinion. Even the default scenery is pretty good. But noticing this bird, it's really big for throttle management. You gotta really watch your throttles. It's not an auto throttle configuration. I think we're going through a weather change real quick, or a scenery change. A lot of clouds today. Wow. Let's see what happens here. All right, looks like we're slowly leveling off. Alright, we're gonna keep our speeds between 300 and 320 knots. We're gonna turn here. Okay, so I think it was my fault last time for the throttle management. I had throttle too high and it would not stop climbing correctly. Alright, so still going strong here. Looks like we'll be landing less than an hour in Miami, so everything's going well. Altitude's going back and forth, plus or minus 200, so we're okay though. We got a pretty good wind going on, tailwind. It's gonna be a little bit of a cross in a second here, but we're doing good. A lot of clouds though, a lot of clouds, so beautiful though. Alright, we should be hitting the Florida northeast corner of the Florida Panhandle in about 2 or 3 minutes. We'll start the Florida tour here, the east coast of Florida. See how it looks. Alright, I'm looking at my charts here for the Highly 6 star. It's actually an RNAV star, but it has, looks like at Omni we'll be at flight level 180 and start descending and remain at Angels 10 up until you get to your approach fix. So we will follow that instruction. Yeah, 180 at Omni. That's 52 miles. We're going to start. Slow descent there. interesting. Never fly this approach. It's going to be supposed to get vectors to our runway, so we have to look at our map and get on our path. I know at Grit, G-R-I-T-T, supposed to be at 3,000. So, got some traffic out there. Nice. Looks like there's little bands, but not like it was with the huge bands of HDR or whatever it was. Looks pretty good, actually. Alright, our altimeter at Florida should be 3019. Winds are at 18 from the east. So, visibility 10 miles. Broken layer at 380, 6,000 and 25,000. We get past Highly, we'll start descending to 3,000. Alright, so we are going to Rubio. So we can actually start descending to Angels 3 a lot later than I wanted to. That's fine. Rubio is kind of parallel to Grit. So, or it's past it, but which should be okay. I'm just going to do a get to the vectors. I'm going to do take that out and go straight to Grit. It should be fine. So our VREF should be in between 124 and 126 for landing. And according to our chart, it looks like the localizer will be at INESS when it starts hitting. It should be at a 3-degree bank. When we get there, be right on course there. There's Grid. I think Rubio's out here. This is going to take us out to Rubio. The vector's in. We want to be at 092 at Grid. And then come right in. INES want to be at 1500. So when we hit our turn, I'll go ahead and start descending. It got dark quick. Wow. I don't think you can see anything outside. Right on the coastline here. It is gorgeous though. Slowing her down a little bit. Lane lights, go ahead and put them on. Tell you what, it's a little nervous flying at night in X-Plane. I don't have NVGs like I do in DCS and alright, we're parallel with our grit point there. What we're going to do, we're going to delete vectors from our plan here. It'll let me. Yep. That'll give us time to come around. We'll be at our altitude, get our speed set, make a beautiful landing. And it's gorgeous. Wow. Just give us time though to get set up and get our flaps and landing gear, everything set. Gotta watch that trim though. We'll fuel. We'll start out at 7.8. And I'm going to bump this VT to 126. Okay. Alright, we're turning. Man, it's dark. If this wind affects our speed, it should. 21 miles from grit. It's okay though. And the wind is slowing us down. Perfect. Won't be set up before we get to grit though. Our everything, our gear and everything. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and one set of spoilers in, get us to about 180. All right, gear coming out. Slowing down here. And at about 156, when we do flaps 1. When we get on a Corsair, we'll switch to nav and see if we can catch ILS. Might just be a localizer though. It's an ILS or localizer, but we'll see. I go flaps 1. Out just a little bit. We'll do flaps 2 here. Really want to watch my speeds here. 3. Wait for flaps 4 when we get closer. Keep our speeds around between 135 and 140. Got a little high there. Be a balancing act, but it's not much time when you get to the runway at point there, so. Looking okay though. Runaway in sight. Last set of flaps. Just to equal us out here. Get our speeds up just a little bit because we're going to be descending a little bit. Gorgeous though. Wow. Night lighting next plane is just the best I've seen. We got 150 at INS. That's our nav source. Let's hit approach and see if it'll work for us. Speeds down here a little bit. That's our trim. 8.1, 0.2. Alright, we're on glide slope. Speeds look pretty good. So trim set 9.1. Two white, two red. Wow, it's gorgeous. Alright, stay focused. Alright, go autopilot off. On glide slope, doing okay. Watching speeds. A little off to the right there. They fix that. Weather change, damn it. Not in the middle of flight, please. Okay, we're back on altitude. We're a little low. We're okay. $500. Okay. Left a little bit here. Speed's okay. Some right rudder. These actually look pretty good. Okay. All right. Push to the right a lot, so it wasn't too bad. Tell you what though, the ambience of the lighting and the environment, the winds coming in, man, it makes you on your toes when I really focus. So we're gonna stop. It's a whole short line here. Whew. Flaps up. Let's check out the maps here. We're at in Miami. Alright, so we're crossing runway 30. Well, we can just head out this terminal here and head to terminal, looks like it's the east terminal here. Alright. Flaps up, spoilers are good.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. Note seat backs and tray tables in their full upright and locked position, and all carry-on items completely stowed until we arrive at the gate. When the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign, use caution when opening the overhead bin. Items may have shifted during flight and could fall out. You can go ahead and use your cell phone to make phone calls at this time, but we'd like to ask that you please do not stand up or remove any carry-on items to obtain your cell phone. If any of you are making a connection here, just proceed into the terminal and check the monitor for your connecting flight and gate number. Folks, it has been a pleasure sharing part of our day with you. We know that you have many choices when you fly. Go out, buckle up, be safe, be kind to one another, and get back and see us.
Alright, I think we'll take this little spot here. Should get the landing lights on, I can't see nothing. Okay, parking brakes on. guys. So we're another flight in the books. It was pretty fun. Night landing is definitely a challenge in any plane. The CRJ, it's particularly challenging, but it was a good time. Had a good flight. Appreciate you guys watching. And if you like more, like, subscribe, comment. Any flights you want to see in the U.S., go ahead and put it in the comments. We'll be done with the U.S. Ortho really soon. We can accommodate. Thanks for watching. Ranger 79 out.